And now, it's All That.
This is just an introduction. Before I blow your mind, the show is all that, and yes, we do it all the time. So sit your booty on the floor or in a chair, grounds are in the air. Just don't go nowhere, cause everything we do, it's all that. When entertaining you, it's all that. My posse and my crew, it's all that. So sit still, cause we're coming right back.
Let's get it in, dog.
Hello everyone and welcome to our latest episode of All That. I'm Jasree Peralta.
And I'm Juliemar Ortiz. We have a ton of great segments for you guys, including film guide reviews, college kitchen, and later on in the show, we're gonna invite a local fashion designer right here on the set, and I'm gonna be interviewing her about all the things that she's doing in the community.
That's right. Plus, we have a special edition of Southern Style where we'll go over the fashion trends that we're seeing at the Heritage Ball. But first, let's talk a little bit about last week. It was spring break here at Southern. What did you do for spring break, Juliemar?
I went on a cruise, so It was fun. It was the first time I've ever done anything for spring break. I'm usually home or working, but it was so nice to just relax. It's my senior year. I don't have like too much to worry about.
That sounds great. Where did it go? Like what places?
It was like all over the Caribbean. So Bahamas, Puerto Rico. I got my tan.
Yes, I see.
I got a drink out of coconuts and stuff like that. Went to the beach, of course.
The life.
How about you? Did you do anything?
I did. I went to Orlando where I got to go to Universal Studios, which was so fun because I got to see Harry Potter World, which I've been dreaming about visiting ever since I heard it was getting made.
What was your favorite part in like the Harry Potter world?
I think, oh my gosh, there was so much. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd. So.
Did it look just like the movie?
Yeah, like they did a great job making it look really realistic. I drank butterbeer, I got to see so much stuff, so it was a ton of fun.
Oh, cool. So we definitely recommend you guys going on one spring break. It doesn't matter, freshman, sophomore, senior year. You gotta do that once at least.
Okay, so now we're gonna jump into our first segment, Southern Style. This week was a fashion police theme, so it was very opinionated, I guess is a good word to use, so check that out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi guys, and welcome to our Southern Style Fashion Police edition, where we are all going to go over the looks that we saw at the Heritage Ball this past week. I'm Jasree Peralta.
I'm Kayla Lawson.
And I'm Aaron, but you can call me Burke.
And I'm Laura Campbell.
In this edition of Southern Style, we'll be hooting the outfits we do like and booting the outfits we don't like. So let's get started.
We have Jesse Boateng. Jesse is a sophomore here at Southern, and he is an accounting major.
Woohoo!
I have to tell you guys, when he stepped onto the carpet, I was blown away. I thought he looked so nice. I feel like there was kind of a trend going on tonight. I don't know if it was based off like organizations that these guys were part of or anything, but there was like that black and gold or black and yellow thing kind of going on. And I thought it just worked really well in his favor. He reminded me actually of Harry Potter for some reason.
Of course it did.
And I'm not even like throwing shade or anything, but I instantly thought Gryffindor. And I was like, if you were a wizard, you would be Gryffindor. Because you just looked like you would be there, just rocking the colors. But I thought it looked great. His shoes were awesome. I thought he looked very stylish.
Jesse, I have to agree with Jazz. You had my favorite tie tonight. I won't compare it to Harry Potter because I have some respect.
Harry Potter is awesome.
The only thing that I would say was missing from your outfit was a pair of these faux Sachi shades. For those who can't spell it, it's F-O Sachi. You can find them online.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. I personally, I don't know if it was just the blue, but I was just getting a lot of sailor vibes.
Blue.
Like the buttons, it was like there were like twice as many buttons, and I don't know. He definitely rocked it. He was totally confident, and I totally respect that. But
just wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah, my man was clean. You know what I mean? From the tie to the suit down to the shoes. Boy, he
did have a
jumping
nice
out
shoes.
on that red
His
carpet.
his shoes were pretty cool.
He was looking nice, real nice.
Okay.
Jesse, killed it.
All right, so who in it? The boot in it. The panel decides. Boot for Laura.
Boots.
Boots
We're
Aaron.
hooting it. We're
Boot
hooting
me.
it.
Hoots win 3-1. Great job,
That's
Jesse.
clever, being a minority. Next, we have Whitney Lane. She's a sophomore and she's a psychology major. Now, how do we feel about Whitney? I feel like Whitney looked amazing. From her headpiece, to her dress, to her earrings, to her jewelry. You own that, sweetheart. That African print, it was everything. And I liked how it fit her properly. I'm all about clothes fitting properly. I do not like when girls have spillage.
Kayla, I could not agree more. Her style kind of complements mine. See the Versace top right here? Whitney, call me.
Oh my gosh. Well, surprisingly, I agree with Erin as well, and Kayla. I just thought it looked lovely, and you know, it was a multicultural heritage ball,
right.
and I think she did a great job incorporating the theme of the event with something that was showing off her heritage. So big props to her. I really dug this look.
You go, good Coco. I especially loved all the colors because everyone else, like, there's nothing wrong with black. I love black dresses, but hers was so colorful, and I really loved all her earrings and her necklace matched really perfectly with the dress. Right. And I appreciated the colors.
That was great. All right, guys. So I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go, but
we gotta do it anyway.
1, 2, 3.
Hoot!
Hoot!
Hoot! And hoots. All right, awesome.
4 across the board.
Across the board. Great job, Whitney.
So next up, we got my man Jeremy Greer, who's a student worker in the Multicultural Center. And let me start up by saying my man killed it.
Okay. You want to elaborate a little bit, Erin?
All right, so first off, my man Jeremy. Not only did he come out in one of my favorite colors, all blue down. But,
actually, he had on gray.
Okay, but you catch my drift. So, well, the picture didn't do him justice because my man had a trench coat on. Anybody who could pull up the trench coat is good in my
And it was
book.
Dior.
Oh, wow.
Name
Fancy,
brand.
fancy.
Dior, say no more.
I loved, he had a little, I don't know if it would be a brooch or not, but it was like a little flower up here on his shoulder.
That was a nice detail.
That was my favorite thing. So it was just like a cute little added on, because it's not all about the watches and jewelry. It can be a cute little brooch.
That's true, I agree. I liked how he was wearing a vest too as well. I didn't see a lot of vests that night, and I thought he pulled it off very nicely. Jeremy just has a very nice, calm like a calm sense of confidence about him. He's very quiet.
He's not show-offy.
Smooth, yes. He just kind of gives that aura of confidence, but he's not like in your face. And I think that showed very well with his presence and with his outfit. How about you, Kayla?
You know that song, I'm a classic man.
No, we don't know that song.
I know.
Not ringing any bells.
You don't know that song?
Nope.
Where are you going with that anyway,
Yeah.
Kayla?
She just likes the song.
It's just a really good song. I want you guys to know.
Jeremy. I guess Jeremy was very clean. Very
Sure.
clean cut.
I agree.
Clean.
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 Clean's the word,
Not
Jeremy.
dirty.
Not dirty, just clean.
Took a shower.
Took a
Congrats,
shower that
Jeremy.
day. Okay.
So what's the verdict, guys?
What is the verdict?
Boom. I'm ready.
Sheree says.
Hoops.
Boot it! Nah, I'm just playing my man Jeremy.
Great job, Jeremy. We loved your look.
So next up we have Sydney Lane, who is also a sophomore here at Southern and a psychology major.
All right, what did you think, Laura?
So my favorite part of her outfit was her jewelry. I was in love. I was telling her the whole time about how much I loved her headpiece. And I wanted one just like one.
It was really pretty.
And she had really cool earrings on as well, very sparkly, which is one of my favorites. So
All
I
right.
loved it.
Well, Sydney, I want to personally say you killed it. I don't even personally have a comment about it, so I'm just going to make a noise.
All right, Erin, demand a few words. Sometimes. I really love the colors of this dress. I think, and her makeup was on point. That's what kept getting my attention. It just went really well with her outfit. It kind of reminded me a little bit like of a prom dress, but
Down too, so
yeah, exactly. I think it just reminded me of my prom dress. That's why I was thinking. So that's probably why I liked it a lot. But yeah, I loved her makeup. I loved her hair. I loved the little headpiece. I think it was a very cohesive outfit.
I'm gonna just be honest. Me personally, I did not like the fit of the dress.
Okay,
But her smile, you have a beautiful smile.
that is true.
Confidence is key. Confidence is key.
Exactly. All right, so when it comes to the scores, whether we're hooting it or booting it. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hoot.
Hooting it.
Boots. And we have the one boot.
Sorry.
Can't
win them all.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in. And please remember, take all of our comments with a grain of salt. None of us are professional.
Let's just look at Aaron right now.
Fashion designers. I mean, come on.
Let's look
Aaron
at me.
with the harshest comments, and look at what he's wearing.
We can't all
Nothing
be
is
fashion
serious.
gods like myself.
Apparently
No.
not. Okay, guys, so any last words?
Keep risking it all.
Yeah.
Let's get the biscuit.
Take fashion risk. I agree with that.
I think Southern's proved to have some style.
Exactly.
We hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, Heritage Ball every year. People come dressed to impress, dressed to a T. The guys come, you know, in their suits. Ladies in their dresses, looking good. I just wish it was a little warmer. I mean, it's spring, but
yeah,
you still couldn't pop out those sundresses. Yeah,
that's unfortunate. Well, people made the most of what they had. So, and speaking of spring break just passed, which means in a few weeks, Spring Week will begin here at Southern. A ton of events are always happening, and that includes a Spring Week performer who just got announced recently, and it was Ace Hood.
Ace Hood.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, at first I was like, ugh, but then I Googled him because I didn't really know what he did, and I recognized a couple of the songs, and I mean, I've listened to more songs. I have a couple friends who are like big fans of him, and they're excited, so I'm still going. It's gonna be a good time regardless. So.
That's good. I agree. I mean, I know a lot of people are actually upset about it, and they're just like, what? Like, but you have to understand, like, we have a budget here at Southern, and it's not a very big budget compared to a lot of other schools who are getting these bigger artists, so that's why I think people get annoyed and stuff, but it's the experience, you know, like we said before, like just if you guys are going with your friends and stuff, you're bound to have a good time anyway. So just make the most of it, and I don't know, look up the lyrics to Bugatti and hustle hard.
I know,
and
seriously.
that's what I'm probably gonna do, and I'm just gonna rock out. So.
Well, one thing I'm sure that people can agree on, if they can't agree on an artist, is that they like pizza. And this week, Laura and Jemima cooked up a deep dish mini bites on College Kitchen, and we're gonna take a look at that. And then afterwards, I'll be interviewing our special guest. So here's College Kitchen.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of College Kitchen, where we make great food on a college budget. I'm Jemima.
And I'm Laura, and today we're going to be making some deep dish mini pizzas. Let's go! Here's what you'll need for this recipe. Pizza dough, marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, and your own choice of topping. We chose pepperoni. First, we're going to spray your choice of non-stick spray onto the bottom of each muffin tin. Coat your hands and the cutting board or a flat surface with flour and stretch out the dough with your hands. This is going to take some getting used to, so take your time. Place the dough in the pan and make sure to push the dough against the edges of each tin so you'll have a place to put the cheese and the sauce later on. Place a spoonful of marinara sauce on each pizza bite. Put as much as you really want to. Then sprinkle mozzarella cheese on each bite on top of the sauce, putting as much as you want. Now you can add your own choice of toppings. We added pepperoni on half of ours. Heat the oven to 420 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 13 to 15 minutes or until it's golden on the edges.
When the batch is done, take it out of the oven to cool. Be sure to use the oven mitts when handling the hot muffin pan. You can take them out of the muffin pan onto a cooling rack or a serving tray. They're ready to eat, hot or cold, however you like it. Hey guys, so the salad came out. They're cute, adorable, and the perfect party snack.
They're really, really good.
Yes. They only take 30 minutes to bake, so it takes about 5 minutes to prep. Not too long. You can make them easy. It's cheap. You don't have to spend $15 on pizza. You can just make these at home at a good price.
But we want to see yours. So put on Twitter and Instagram, hashtag College Kitchen, and show us your own deep dish pizza bites.
And if you go to Southern, you stand a chance of winning a water bottle and a t-shirt from SHU TV. So send us those pictures.
Click here if you want to watch more College Kitchen episodes, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Thank you, Laura and Jemima. So the time that you guys have all been waiting for, we have our special guest now, Ladria Moss. She's from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're a fashion designer. You know, just tell me who you are.
Well, my name is Ladria Moss from New Haven, Connecticut. Yeah, that's about it. I started 2011, so about 4 years now I've been doing it. Yeah.
So when you started, like, how was that process?
Well, as far as the business, you gotta make sure you're trademarked. You gotta make sure you're LLC. You gotta make sure your logo copyrighted. Like, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
definitely a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't do that. They just think it's just designing and just put it online. You know, there's a lot of stuff you gotta do before doing that. So I made sure all my business was straight before I, you know.
Okay. So when you design and things like that, I mean, you said that you were an artist. You drew, and that's how you kind of got into it.
Yeah.
So how important is that to your line, like the fact that you have that talent?
Well, I didn't even know I knew how to design. Like, Photoshop is so hard.
Yeah.
Drawing is easy, just on a paper, but Photoshop is like so hard. But it took me a long time to like master it. I've not even mastered it, but I mean, I'm getting better and better. And you could tell by my drops, like each collection I get better and better. So.
And what collection are we on now?
Right now we on my 6th collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Definitely.
So when you design something, like I know you have a new line coming out. Let's just talk about that one. When you started that one, what was the inspiration for it?
Inspiration for that one was basically like letting everybody know who I am. Like, I'm mindless. Like, a lot of stuff I do, I don't think, I just do.
It's called mindless, right?
Mindless thoughts, yeah. So like, I don't know, actually. I don't know what inspired me to do the new collection.
Just do? Don't think? Like Nike? All right.
What?
So when you start something like this, what are some of the challenges? Because I know it's not easy, and if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
You're right. Challenges is like, probably like authenticity. Like, I want my stuff to look like official. Like, I don't want it to be like this garbage, like rush work. Like, I take a lot of time to like make sure everything is like good, like tags, like everything. Just make sure everything look good before I print anything.
Okay, were you like scared when you first started? Was it like, oh my God, what if nobody likes it? Or you knew it was dope, so you didn't really care?
Well, yeah, I thought it was dope from the get. It popped off way better than I thought. Like, like my first shirt was like a regular, well, I don't have it up there, but it was a regular swirl. And I sold out within a day. It was only 50 shirts, but the buzz was crazy. So after that, I just kept dropping more and more, kept selling out everything.
And where did you sell? Whole Connecticut, or is it more New Haven?
Actually, I got a lot of people everywhere. Like, I went to Virginia State, so a lot of people out there showed me some love. I got a lot of people everywhere. I got a website, so anybody in the borough could go to it. Like, but yeah, mostly New Haven though.
All right, so we actually met you from Aaron, who's on the TV station here. He does some modeling for you. So here's that picture of Aaron modeling, a little shout out to him. Thank you for getting Dre on the show. So there's another aspect to it. You have to create the clothes, you have to do all the money, all the business aspect, and then photo shoots and stuff like that. What's that process like?
Well, yeah, so I get a couple of models, I gotta get a photographer, I gotta get a makeup artist, I got a hairstylist.
How do you find those people?
Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Instagram's been my help for everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I found Aaron.
So technology is like a big thing for new fashion designers now, you think?
Definitely. Like, yeah, that's how I see a lot of up and coming artists right now that I would have never known about. But Instagram, like, keep me in the loop. So.
All right, and you have an Instagram?
I do have an Instagram.
We'll pop that up there too. And the actual shoots, like the shoots for your clothing line, do you come up with that too, or do you have help from them? Like, do you have a vision?
Yeah, I do have a vision. It depends on what the collection name is. Like, for this one, it was basically like football, because I have a diversity jacket.
Oh, yeah.
So we shot on West Haven football field. So yeah, that's basically it.
And the local, because I mean West Haven, that's right there. Do you use a lot of local sites, you would say? For
I do, but my next collection, we're going to New York.
Oh, where?
I don't know yet, but we're not going to be in Connecticut.
All right, so expanding, going through. You guys can catch Mindless Thoughts and the M-Word collection at havemindlessthoughts.com. That's your website. Do you have social media?
Me? Yes, my Instagram is MSCP24. The lines is Mindless Thoughts without the I. That's it.
All right, so thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks
if
for
you guys
having me.
want to catch more, definitely follow her, go on the website, check out more things. New Haven person doing some great things out here, so thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
So up next, here is Matt with the latest Film Guy reviews.
Hey there, Southern. Welcome to another episode of Film Guy Reviews. I'm your film guy, Matthew St. Clair, and for today's episode, since 2014 has come to a close, I figured that I'd acknowledge 10 films that didn't get much buzz in terms of audience and awards recognition. Here is my list of the top 10 most underrated films of 2014. Here we go. Now, our first film on our list is the Australian horror film known as The Babadook. While I am a huge fan of the horror genre, I feel that The Babadook has restored my faith in the genre, as writer-director Jennifer Kent has managed to take the film's monster movie concept and mold it into a character study about grief and mental illness. This is only her first feature film, and yet I would already consider her a master of the genre. Our next film on our list is the micro-budget indie known as Blue Ruin. Now, Blue Ruin is a film that proves you can have masterclass filmmaking even if you have almost no money at all, because it was mostly funded through a Kickstarter campaign. And it is still a masterful vengeance thriller that works as a black comedy and also has a chilling atmosphere surrounding it. While watching Blue Ruin, I was getting the sense that with writer, director, and cinematographer Jeremy Saulnier, we might have a successful heir to the Coen brothers. And my next film is The Drop, starring Tom Hardy and the late James Gandolfini. Now, even though The Drop is a masterful thriller, its suspense and tension works through its subtlety. So even though it's edge of your seat, it's not edge of your seat in an in-your-face kind of way. And it also features such richly complex performances by Tom Hardy and James Gandolfini. And it also deals with such powerful themes as sin, redemption, and past demons. It's one not to be missed. Our next film is the only foreign film on this list, called Force Majeure, which is a Swedish black comedy that deals with what happens after a man abandons his family during a controlled avalanche. And Force Majeure, it does what I think true cinema is supposed to do, as it has the audience asking questions. Because when you're watching it, you're wondering to yourself, what would I do, or what would I have done, what would you have done, and I love that. If you love reading subtitles, I would put this high on your watch list. Our next film is the only documentary on this list, called Life Itself, which is about the late famed movie critic Roger Ebert. Now, the reason Life Itself really struck a chord with me is not just because Roger Ebert is one of my biggest inspirations as a film critic, but the film shows us that even when he was battling cancer, he still kept writing and reviewing, and I was very inspired by that. And hopefully any aspiring writer or film critic feels the same way when they watch this. And even if you hate documentaries, I think you might enjoy this one. Our next film is the second film with Tom Hardy, called Locke, which is literally 90 minutes of Tom Hardy driving on the British highway, and yet you're still hooked from start to finish. And it mostly works thanks to the masterclass one-man show by Tom Hardy, who, if I had a ballot, would have made my Best Actor category at the Oscars. He was just that impressive. The whole movie is just impressive. Everything about it is done precisely, but Tom Hardy's performance is just something that should be studied. Our next film is Obvious Child, and it actually kind of saddens me that such a unique and honest romantic comedy like this slipped through the cracks. because the romantic comedy genre, I think, has become a caricature of itself. And yet this one still manages to work thanks to the efforts of co-writer, director Juliemar and the winning star turned by Jenny Slate. Even if you hate romantic comedies as much as I do, you might enjoy this. Now our next film is perhaps the most underrated comedians going serious film of the year, called The Skeleton Twins, starring Bill Hader and Kirsten Wiig. Because even though the film does provide some laughs, thanks to the comedic efforts of Hader and Wiig, it still deals with such dark subject matter. But I think this still should be seen, because anyone who has a sibling or siblings that watches this might grow to appreciate their siblings more after it's over. And of course the film also works thanks to the brilliant chemistry by Bill Hader and Kirsten Wiig. And next on our list is perhaps one of the more underrated action or sci-fi films of the year, called Snowpiercer, which may be another dystopian sci-fi thriller, yet it is done much differently because it depicts the last survivors of a global warming all put together on one always moving train that is divided by a class system. And the film is about a group of rebels sitting in the tail section, the lower class, slowly making their way up to the front. And the production design is absolutely wonderful, as each car represents the different classes, and of course the action leaves your heart pumping, and even the performances are fantastic and spot on. And that's quite rare for a sci-fi film these days, since the focus is mainly on the action and the effects. But even though this film did find its audience, if you guys watch it, you guys will help it grow larger than it already has. Now, our last film on our list is what I consider to be the most underrated film of 2014, and that is a prison drama called Startup. Now, Startup is a drama about a complex and difficult father-son relationship, yet it also still shows the difficulties of prison life. And I think everything about this film was done with such amazing precision, as the direction never cuts away from the horrors of prison life. The screenwriting shows that a simple, harmless therapy session can turn into a verbal dogfight in the blink of an eye. And the two lead performances by Jack O'Connell as the main character and Ben Mendelsohn as his father are both amazing. That was my list of the top 10 most underrated films of 2014. And if you want to check out my full review of each film alongside anything else related to film, you should check out my website, www.filmguyreviews.blogspot.com. Now, this is Matt Sinclair of Film Guy Reviews signing off. Stay classy.
Great list, Matt. Great list. That guy really knows his movie stuff.
I know, he really does. I love him.
He is great. Speaking of films, don't forget the annual Southern Film Festival SCUF is coming up quick, so all you filmmakers, make sure to submit your work to SCSU TV.
That's right. The event is going to take place on April 30th, and we're accepting submissions until the 24th. So get on it, people. If you want more information, you can always stop by the SCSU TV office. We'll welcome you with open arms.
Always.
Promise.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have for today, unfortunately, guys, but we want to thank you so much and our special guest for joining us.
And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us on channel 919.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time.